the soup?
Why not? It's a shore break surf, not too long a paddle to the peak.
Here comes the wave of the day. They ought to be able to take off on it.
They have!
Something sure seems to be pounding in that trash can, Buzzy.
But watch Batman trimming. Look there! A shark! What's that in his hand? I just hope it isn't too late.
That shark might have wiped him out on points. I'll check with the judges. The order of finishing isn't what counts, Joker.
Why not? Why not? Losers don't come in first.
I've tallied all the judges' points. You got 1 for being the more colorful surfer. Batman got all the rest, including 50 for avoiding a dangerous hazard, a shark.
Oh, big deal. Well, what about my tricks and my technique?
You mean my tricks and my technique, all transferred to you by that nutty surfing experience and ability transferometer.
Say, something is pounding in this trash can. Hot dog Harrigan!
It was just a little joke.
Some joke, kidnapping me.
Let's get out of here.
Cowabunga dudes, let's go. Hey everybody, how's everyone going? Sorry for the delay. I'm blowing money on eBay once again, but that's neither here nor there. I'm Lorenzo. This is my comic book son, Marcus, and every Wednesday we do this thing, what we call the Wednesday show, and we talk about comics, we talk about the community, we have guests, we have a penultimate book, which is my pick of the week for the best indie comic book of the week. Slim pickings again this week, folks. And all that stuff is brought to you by the Alternative City Shop, which is this little thing that
I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City Shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you'll find pins and magnets that I call CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique.
Indeedy do. So what's new, Marcus?
Nothing new for me. Just another day living this comic book life that we live. I love it so much. Happy to be here for yet another new comic book day with my comic book dad, Lorenzo. What are we, like 2.5 years in here? Over 2.5 years. So crazy.
Yeah, yeah, God, you're right. Yeah, because February was our anniversary. So yeah, more than 2.5 years.
Time is flying by while we're having fun. We got the lovely Miss Janet here. So I think we're going to be okay, everybody. Janet is here. James, the homie James Lang, is hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate you coming through, homie. Always good to see you. Larry Love is here, also known as...
It's Larry Love and the Quiet Storm.
What up, Larry? Always good to see you, my man. We've got Space Case Cards joining us once again, one of our regulars. Good to see you, my man. End of Zed is here as well. Thanks for hanging out last night, End of Zed. Appreciate you coming through. Critical Entertainment, check them out, criticalentertainmentla.com. That's the homie coming through, doing big things. I was looking through the app today, also known as Key Collector, and I was looking at the key comics of 2024, and I was noticing some Critical Entertainment books in there, guys. I know First American was in there, Planetary Expansion was in there, so Critical Entertainment's out here making moves. Definitely check them out, guys. Entertainment.
Critical.
I will get them I'll get a link for them in the chat for sure. But thanks for coming through, homie. Always good to see you. We've got what else? We got Tate coming through. What's up, Tate? Thanks for joining us tonight. Always good to see you, my man. And that is it. We are ready to get to the show.
That's a lot. That's plenty, y'all. Hey, so did everybody else's StreamYard get updated, or was it just me? They know they were crowing about a lot of things that they were adding on and stuff like that, like the rounded corners. Look at the rounded corners. You know where that's from, right?
Oh, I gotta go get First Americans too. I did. Sorry, I got distracted.
But that never happened.
Too. I did not make it to the shop today, so I got to make sure I get out and find that one for sure.
Yes.
But yes, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I was saying that there's a bomb coming your way right now. So get out. No. It's StreamYard updated a lot of stuff on their platform, I guess. They still didn't update the interface, but hey, you know, baby steps. They got the dark mode, which is cool, which I'm using right now, which cuts down on glare, which I hate. I hate glare. The rounded corners, you know, like if you notice that the corners before were sharp corners on our little thing right here. We got different shapes.
Getting all fancy.
So you know who who inspired that, right? Is Ecamm. Ecamm had the rounded corners and different shapes and stuff like that, you know. So you know, Ecamm's a good. I'm serious.
It always comes back around.
I'm just giving credit where it's due. I mean, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. You know,
I love that.
If they got they got something that we don't got, let's get it. You know, and let's do this. You know, it's just business. That's how they do, and I'm glad they did it.
If you are a long time watcher, then you appreciate Lorenzo bringing it back to Ecamm right there. I know.
Ecamm.
I know.
Yeah.
I do.
Sky Point Ecamm. Yeah, we don't have Ecamm anymore. It didn't work for me. It works for some folks, but not for me. But I'm glad to see StreamYard stepping up their game, and you know, it all looks good. And I can get rid of this static thing that's going on. We'll be 100%. 100.
I don't hear it. I don't. Let me know, Chad, if you guys hear it. I do not hear it yet.
I hear it on the replay. I don't hear it now. I never hear it when it's happening. You know, but I'll go back.
The past couple of weeks, I've been hearing it, but
yeah. I know it's somewhere either in the interface of either Chrome or StreamYard, because I don't have it when I do my videos offline. You know, I don't have it at all in any other app. So it ain't my fault. I'm sorry. This time was all scratchy. It ain't my fault. I swear to God. So that's it. That's all I gotta say.
I think end of Zed, we have. You know, I want to be humble, and the Chiefs. I am humble. The Chiefs don't really play too hard in the regular season because that's not really our season. Because we have such a weak division, we know we're going to make the playoffs, so we really save it for the playoffs. So I don't think we're going to have a spectacular record. I'm saying 11 wins. I'll say 11 wins.
You just got to get in the. Who's the biggest threat in your division? You play them tomorrow, right? That's the Ravens, right? That's the biggest
they're in the conference, definitely. And yeah, I think we might start 0-1 again, but we won the Super Bowl last year, so I'll be fine if we do. But
Brother John, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
My beautifully freckled brother. Good to see you, John.
Beautiful brother.
Appreciate you coming through. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm about to pay the stupid tax tomorrow and lose money betting. Guys, hot take, my big bet for tomorrow's night, real quick, my big bet, and only do this if you're willing to light your money on fire.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Derrick Henry, first touchdown. Derrick Henry, 2 touchdowns. I think it's going to happen. I put $5 on it. Let's go. All right, that's it. No more gambling advice.
The new guy never has a good first game. Don't you know that, man? I mean, he's taking a chance, but it could work.
I mean, it's work. First touchdown is a dumb bet, so understand what you're doing. But it's just okay. This is my lottery ticket. One of my many lottery tickets I'll be having for tomorrow.
That'd be awesome. I can't wait for the season to get started because, you know, baseball is pretty much done. The Cubs are kind of. The Mariners have faded out of it. There's nothing else. I'm just like watching for the love of the game now. That's pretty much it. You know,
I am happy to be done gambling on baseball. It's over.
Yeah. Royals even starting to fade a bit, right? I mean, they were doing so well, then they kind of hit a wall. But
Yeah, we've been a little up and down all season, but we've been mostly up. But yeah, we're having a little downturn here.
imagine that, D'Artagnan. You walked into some football talk. We never do that. We always talk only comic books here. This is a strictly comic book show. Damn it.
Blame End of Zed. Blame yourself.
We're going to start talking about slabs pretty soon, so don't worry about it. Yeah. Yes.
Dodgers game for Critical Entertainment. That'll be fun. Blame yourself.
Ooh. Yes. Dodger game. Ooh. Yeah.
Ohtani is unreal. It's true.
Ohtani is. It's just not fair. It's just not fair that they have all those great players on that one. It's like the NBA now. What's happening with that? Oh man.
Yeah. I'm not paying the closest attention, but they haven't been as good as you maybe thought they would have been, have they? I might be wrong on that.
Like you guys, man. I mean, just gotta get in the playoffs. They got the division. I mean, they're gonna get in the playoffs, that's for sure. Once you get in the playoffs in baseball, ask the Diamondbacks last year.
So
they start knocking people out.
I hear there's a rumor that they do playoff baseball every year, but we don't do it every year.
That's a myth. That's a myth, like Bigfoot.
We might do it this year in Kansas City, so that'll be fun.
It could happen. They got a weak division there. They could sneak in somehow. They could sneak in. The Guardians. I almost called them that other name because I called them there for like 50 some odd years. But the Guardians are still pretty damn good. So yeah.
We got the homie Beckerman in the house. What's up, my man? My Kansas City brother. We'll be going to a local wrestling event here Friday night. Looking forward to that. Bobby De La Ghetto will be there. I think a few others will be there too, right, Beckerman? So looking forward to that.
Wow, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, not that long ago. I don't know. It's 9 years, not that long ago, because time is relative, but 9 years is a while ago now.
Ooh, well, yeah. Oh my God, it'll be almost 10 years since the Cub World Series very soon. Like, damn, 8 years away from that.
8 years for the Cubs. Yeah. Because Zobrist won one with us, and he went to the Cubs and won.
That's right. That's right. Before you know it, it'll be another 108 without a world championship. So looking forward to that the next time.
Space Case.
It was enjoyable while it lasted. So
I've encountered a number of people who are dying on the old team name hill. Washington.
I slip and do it. I don't.
Washington Commanders fans are that way. Cleveland Guardians fans are definitely that way. They were not ready to give up the old name.
Oh, it was the owner of the Washington Commanders that hated, that didn't want to give it up. He's just kind of a douche, but he sold the team, so that's a good thing. Here's K-pop. What's happening? Yo.
Yeah, he's going to a wrestling event too, but on a bigger scale.
Sincere B, what's up? SmackDown next week. Wow. Okay, man. SmackDown. Put the smacketh downeth. So be it. Yeah. So, I meant to mention, End of Zed is going to be a guest on the show at some point this month. I think he's the last guest. We're booked out for the whole month. How about that?
Yeah.
Huh? Booked out. Everything. So he's going to he's got a comic he's going to promote on the last week of the month. So
I got a nap in today, guys, so I'm locked in for the long show. Let's go. I'm not going to crash at the end this time. Fingers crossed.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will, Eddie. That'd be a sight to see. We all got to dress up for that one. That's going to be awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. Looking forward to that, Zed.
Yeah. So yeah, last Hard Knocks was last night. This was the cutting episode where everybody gets cut. It's kind of sad to see that happen to a lot of the guys there, especially the brother that he was up for the last running back job and he tore his ACL, I think, last week. And then he's got to get surgery now. And this other cat, he was really good and he got cut. He had an accident as a kid. Man, it was a really good episode. I really enjoyed that.
Is that on HBO?
Yeah. Or
I
Max.
lost my Max access, unfortunately.
Oh, were you tapping them from the neighbors?
Yeah, Spectrum is apparently down.
Stolen.
Password sharing is getting cracked down on. So yeah,
ain't that something? Yeah, we're just talking about how I was on eBay. I was a little late paying for an auction, and now I got to prepay before an auction. Like, Really? Like I've been on here 20 years. You know what you're talking to here? Like
It's
so
real out here.
well. Man, no respect. No, I don't get no respect at all. I'll tell you what. No respect. No respect at all.
Rest in peace to Rodney.
Yeah, man. He was the man. He was the man. All right, let's talk about these comics because we have a guest this week, and that guest is going to be Jono, whose comic Roland T. Roach is dropping today on. God damn it! I meant to put it into the. That's what I meant to do. I knew I forgot something. His comic is going up on Kickstarter today, and he's going to be here to talk about Roland T. Roach later on. As soon as we get through talking this smack about sports and showing you my comics and stuff like that. So looking forward to that, folks. That's right. The big time. Oh, yeah. And I meant to mention that I still got those mystery boxes on the shop. $19.99, delivered to your door. 6 to 10. That means I can squeeze into a damn box, all bagged and boarded, and probably variants and number ones if you like that kind of thing. It's like Marvel and indie comics, Marvel and or indie comics. You can have either or. Look it up, and the link is down in the description. And I'll get Jono's down there before in post, as we always say. All right, without further ado, let's let me talk about my little pickup this week, because it wasn't a whole lot. Only 11. Only 11.
Oh,
I know, right? Talk about, man, the privileged. Ultimates number 4. This could be something here. I don't know. I mean, this is like I took a peek inside, but I couldn't really tell what's going on. But I think it's kind of a major issue, the first major issue in the run of the Ultimates. So, number 4.
So did you see what Key Collector said about that book, the app? So I forgot who said it, but someone said that if you want to understand Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom, you have to read that book.
There you go.
It's very likely they're probably very likely just trying to sell books, but that's what they say.
Oh, always. Oh, yeah, because as D'Artagnan says, it's big changes for Doom. Because like I mentioned before, Doom is Reed Richards in that universe. So he's already read it too, man. You're all over it. So it's I love the different twist on the Ultimates. It's kind of the same thing, but different. You know, it's really, that's why I guess the whole universe is so popular. Love it. Same thing, but different. Yes. All right, Miles. I got to get caught up on Miles. If it's mainstream, I'm probably behind on it. Current on most of the indies, but I haven't read a Miles in almost 10 issues.
True for me, too. I do fall behind mainstream stuff more than anything.
Yeah. But, Miles is a good read when I do read it. Oops, wrong stack. Hulk number 1 of this run, apparently, Incredible Hulk, it's so named, is going to be, I guess, it's on the trending 20 this week, I want to say. It has been recently, if it wasn't this week.
Oh, the Hulk number 1?
Yeah, because of Charlie's going to be a thing. Charlie is, who knows what she's going to be, but she's going to be something.
Charlie's going to be a thing.
Indeed.
Spend all your money on that number 1, guys.
All your money.
It's a lock.
Or send it to me. I'll take care of it for you. Either or. All these issues without Nick Klein doing the artwork, it's almost made me drop the book. But now that they talk about number 800, or actually number 19 is going to be, there's going to be a big change for Charlie. Okay, you sucker me in. I'm going to stick around for a while longer for the Hulk thing. All right, you got me. All day, sucker.
I'm in on this. As long as PKJ is on that book, I'm going to stay on it.
Yeah. All right, another mainstream that I'm behind on is only about an issue or 2 though with Batman, so I'm not that far behind on him because he's one of my
so far behind. Jeez.
different distances of behindness are we. Hey there, Commissioner Gordon. It's the dynamic duo. We are. Yes, we are. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Look forward to seeing you this weekend too, my friend. You and John Stout and Jack and anybody else in the Portland area.
And vote Sleepy Reader, cbcawards.org. Sleepy Reader is up for the Hall of Fame award, guys.
Damn
Get
right.
over there. Get your votes in. Let's get them in this year.
Plastic Man. This is the Mike Allred and Laura Allred cover. Probably she does the coloring, I think, with this married comic book duo here. Plastic Man, no more. Like
Is there spec to that book? Have I seen spec to that book?
I don't know. I just it just seemed like a decent premise to me of Plastic Man. No more. I want to see. Oh my God, no more Plastic Man. Can't have that. I do find him an amusing character.
Sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
I
ain't sure. I ain't sure about nothing. I promise you it won't be the end of Plastic Man, because he's a trademarked entity that makes lots of money for DC Comics, aka Warner Brothers, aka whoever the hell else owns them. Public domain, really good book by Chip Zdarsky. Chip's not a bad artist too. If he was like this is his art and everything. I mean, both him and Jeff Lemire, they don't really need another artist. I mean, Jeff's got his own more stylized look, but Chip looks very much more like a mainstream comic book artist. And, if he wanted to, you didn't even need to hire an artist. It'd be a lot more work for him.
Mojo 88 in the house. What up,
hey,
homie?
Mojo.
He was busy counting his stacks of cash, basically cash, right?
Recounting my collection. Wow, much of it. I bet it is, man. I bet it's many years of hard work and put into that. She had $1 million worth of nickels and dimes, and she sat there and counted them 1,000,000 times. Hidey, 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 ho. I'm sorry. I know, right? There's a barbaric. I mean, my God, Michael Moriki, please. I haven't even finished the second series yet. Please stop making more barbaric series.
We got to figure out how to say his name, because I don't know.
Moriki, isn't it?
That doesn't seem right to me, but maybe it is. I don't know.
Morikai.
I've been saying Michael Morrissey, but I made that up entirely. So I don't know.
Morrissey. Oh, like the guy, the Smiths. Michael Morris. Only with a different spelling. This one, this is Cullen Bunn, the Autumn Kingdom from Oni Press. I don't know anything about it. Frank handed it to me. I bought it. I took his word for it. Okay, it's Cullen Bunn. He puts out a different book every month. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not.
He hasn't been as prolific lately, I feel like. Maybe I've just been missing him.
Not as. I don't know if his zippered book ever came out yet. Remember the book with the zipper on it? I kept seeing it in the previews. Did it ever come out? I never saw it in the store. Or maybe I just overlooked it. It was just a myth. Like
Sleepy says the artist in Autumn is pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Well, I look forward to it then. Frank's never steered me wrong. Helena Winhorn. No wonder I never read number 3. I never got it. So I picked up Helena Winhorn number 3 today, so I can catch up on this fine Tom King book.
I like that book. I love the art in that book. I would not necessarily say, hey, you got to get that book. But for me, I don't know why I like that. I'm interested in the little world he's got going. What's going on with her grandfather? What's going on with the past? I'm interested in all these questions. So I'm in on that. I love that book.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Oh.
K-pop is here.
Yeah, K-pop
Another great candidate for the CBC Awards. Vote K-pop, cbcawards.org. Get over there right now, guys.
K-pop, the hardest working woman in comics by far. Man, she's nominated in so many categories.
Deserves your vote in all the categories, even the one against me.
Even the one because that's a valiant fellow right there. God bless you. And of course, today this came out too, so I can actually have closure, not closure, but at least catch up on Helena Winhorn, which has been a very good Tom King book. And the last thing is probably the thing I'm probably most excited about this week. It was a bit of a slow week this week, but not terribly slow. It's Duck and Cover. This supposes what if there was a nuclear disaster in the 50s? that whole duck and cover thing. I don't know if you're all familiar with that. Used to be a it's probably, you can find it on YouTube somewhere. Duck and cover. It's like this thing, like get on your desk. It would tell all the kids in school that the duck and cover in case there was a nuclear attack. Like your desk would protect you from the A-bomb. So it's one of those things, and it's taking that premise.
Which one is scarier, you think? Having to do nuclear bomb drills or having to do active shooter drills?
And death is not an option. Oh wow.
I mean, they both seem pretty terrible. I don't know that I could pick one as worse. They both just suck.
Yeah, they do absolutely suck. But yeah, that's a tough call. But I guess the active shooter drill, because the bomb has got this abstract thing, like plus if the bomb comes, it's like, dude, just bend over and kiss your ass goodbye. It's all over. It's like between you and your God, this is it. This is curtains. Thank you and good night. But with the shooter, like some whack job is coming in there with a gun. It's harder to get away from that. So I think definitely the active shooter is worse. That should not be happening. We should not be training our children to run from active shooters. That's just a load of crap. But I don't want to get off on that soapbox.
Yeah, that's depressing. Hey, we've had a pretty decent run. I feel like, knock on wood. Knock really hard on.
Seriously. Park Hotel, they toss you in the trail and fill it. What? What school did you go to, Katie? My God. That sounds like abuse and torture. Man, oh man. Back in my school in the hood, we used to pull the fire alarm to cause a fire drill. We wanted to get out of a class or something. Like, so, that's where I grew up. Rough area. Right.
Back in my day, we just pulled that damn thing when we felt like it. Kids were crying. I bet they were. My God, they want their mommies and everything. Yeah. So that's it. That's it. That's what was happening. K-pop letting out some childhood drama in the chat if anybody wants.
Oh God. Hey, we're here for it. We're here for you. So wow, Michigan. Oh yeah. Earthquakes, man. That's something I never thought would be like an issue for me, because I thought I'm never going to live anywhere that there's any earthquakes. Now we live on the West Coast, where there's on top of the Ring of Fire, so there's plenty of damn earthquakes, and we live 60 miles from one of the most powerful volcanoes in the country. Thank you very much. We are. So there you go. There's that. But so never say never. Oh man, really? Oh, there's no big deal down there, man. In California, you have them all the time.
I've yet to feel an earthquake. Knock on wood for that one too.
Really? The only time I ever felt one, ironically, was in Chicago. When I was a kid, they had like this minor earthquake, like a little tiny shaker, and the hell was that? Everyone thought, but I never felt one here yet. But technically, I think they say they have lots of them. But some of them are so small you don't even feel them. It's just this volatile ground that we're on here. This Ring of Fire. So yeah. I
feel quakes every now and again. Yeah.
Yes.
Ask the Kroger ladies about that one.
Oh, he loves some Kroger, doesn't he? That's awesome.
Those Kroger ladies love him. You know what I mean?
Yes. Housequake. My Lord. All right, so that's all we got this week. Oh wow, I won the thing I was bidding on. Oh, thank you, eBay.
Got it.
Got it. I didn't have to. I had to prepay for it pretty much, but that was kind of shocking. But I don't know what. Oh God, here we go. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Oh my God!
My daughter used to love that song. Go ahead.
I know, man. I'm not a big country music person at all, but man, I am a big Johnny Cash fan. I just like the man was talented, and his sound is priceless. Yeah.
I love 90s country. That's my jam.
90s country. Oh yeah, it's a different kind of country nowadays. It's like
it ain't for me, bro.
It ain't my kind of country. Coming soon to a record store near you. Look for it in the dollar section. Yeah. So actually.
I feel like you could pull off a Johnny Cash song. You could do it. You got the voice.
The Man in Black. I'm already halfway there. So there you go. All right, so we're going to bring on our guest now. He goes by Jono, and this is his book, Roland T. Roach, which is dropping today. And did you put it already in the chat?
I did.
I saw you put something in the chat.
I'm going to put it in again.
Damn, how did you even do that? You're like Radar O'Reilly, man. How did you even?
I stay
That's
ready
awesome.
so I ain't got to get ready. You know what I mean? Let's put it there again, guys. If you're trying to get the chat there or the link to the Kickstarter, there it is right there. Check it out.
Check it out. Check it back in.
Support and get this one to its goal, guys. Let's do it.
That's right. Let's make that happen. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen early because they need to make it happen early to make it a good thing. So let's make this man's dreams come true. And we're gonna bring him on right now, and he's gonna talk about his book. So there you go. Welcome to the stage, Jono. How are you? Hey, Jono.
Hey guys. Thank you so much for the invites. Can you see me okay?
Oh, you look great. Let me pull you over here.
Crisp and clear.
There you go. Center stage.
Are we showing our bald heads tonight? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's it. I shined it just for the show. It's all reflective for you.
If I pull mine off, we'll just blind everyone with it. So just let you guys roll with it. So how the heck are you, sir?
I'm doing really good. Had a great first day launch. Nearly halfway there to my goal, so I was really happy about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. Yeah.
Hit the ground running. That's awesome.
Exactly.
I saw your post on Instagram, so you got off to a great start. So you're in? Are you in Canada? Is that correct? Am I mixing up?
I'm Canadian. Yeah.
Yes.
I live in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Darn Canadians. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm a few hours ahead of you guys. It's past 9:30.
You're in the future.
I'm in the future. Greetings from the future.
Oh wow! Yeah. Yes. Who's president? I have to know. Jeez.
Still the same guy.
Alas. All right. So I read your book last week, and thank you for sending it.
You're welcome.
The early copy, and let me talk a little bit about the background of what got started, how Roland T. Roach got started, if you will.
Yeah, sure. So the objective, what really sparked the idea, was to make a comic that looked like a live action animated film. I'd never really seen that before in a comic, kind of to the extent that I was envisioning. And I'm a painter, formerly an animator, and then I started a career as a painter. And so that's mostly what I've been doing the last 15 or so years. And I really wanted to paint the comic, like to make a painted comic. And then I was coming up with the reasons. Okay, why does it need to be painted? Because that's going to take twice as long. Like, why would I do that? And is there a way I can kind of work it into the narrative? I love animated films, animated movies. Who Framed Roger Rabbit's one of my favorite movies. And I was thinking about painting the comic, and the idea came to me there. Why don't I paint the comic realistically and then put cartoon characters in it and superimpose them and make it look like a live action animated film? That would give me a reason to paint it, and then that would allow me to do the cartoony elements into the story that I wanted.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very cool. I love your style, man. It's like so you do the painting and you do the cartooning. You this is all you.
It's all me.
The only artist.
It's all
okay.
me. Yeah.
So
So
it's two different styles.
It's two very different styles that mesh together, and they have to fit together, and has to work with the story. It's a stylistic choice, but it has to fit with the story. It's not like an arbitrary choice.
Okay. Oh wow.
I check out the link to the Kickstarter. There's some great examples of what he's talking about on the Kickstarter. I really like the juxtaposition of the two styles. It's really making it interesting and making the art pop. So I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. And you also got our own Lorenzo right there on the page, guys. So check out the blurb for
a nice quote from Lorenzo there. Thank you so much for that.
James
I wasn't expecting that last week. That was
James Phelps mentions in the chat that he is filling the holochrome cover as well.
Yes, he did.
So check that.
Yeah, there's only going to be 25 of those. So that's there's 5 different covers. The holochrome, I'm really excited about that. So that's going to be the most limited edition for those folks that want something like super rare. And there's an option that you can buy the original art for that cover too, if you're so inclined.
Oh, who's got the money?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, it doesn't get more rare than that, right? It's original art, one of a kind.
Yeah. So do you work traditionally and digitally, or just traditionally?
It was a mix of both. Yeah, it was a mix of both. So in order to get the cartoon characters like where I wanted them, I would kind of draw the panels, draw the cartoons, finish all the line art, and then what I would do afterwards is print the line art. I printed it on heavy watercolor paper, and that's what I painted it on. And then the cartoon characters, I cleaned them up digitally. So the inking was digital for the cartoon characters. They're the only thing that's outlined. And then the color was all digital for the cartoon characters. So it's a mix of both. So and I did it that way kind of consciously. Like it definitely wasn't the fastest way to go about it. But I did it that way because it was also kind of similar to the way that animated films used to be made, where everything was hand traced and then painted on cells, and then superimposed to the painted backgrounds.
So you say you worked in animation for several years before?
I did. It was brief, probably only for about 2.5 years. I worked on a few productions. A show called Raspberry Jazzberry Jam, which was this children's show. It was a real fun show. The characters were all musical instruments.
Oh, wow.
A show called Johnny Test. That one's more popular. More people remember that one.
Johnny Test.
Yeah, Johnny Test. Not to be confused with Johnny Quest.
Not at all.
Johnny Test.
Right.
And then another show, Busy Town Mysteries, which was based off of illustrator Richard Scarry. Sort of his world, his characters. It was a children's show.
Oh, wow. And these were all Canadian shows?
The animation was done in Canada, but they were productions that was also we were outsourced the animation.
Of course.
But the production itself was with American studios.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Because in those days,
too much here.
By the time I got to the animation industry, we were just sending digital files, right? No longer sending physical pieces of paper and cells.
It's changed so much, I guess. Years, of
really
course.
Really
because now we can be around the world. We can have a staff around the world producing a book, and we never even see each other in person.
Yeah, the exact same with comics, right? I think about that all the time. That's one of the things that's really wild about comics today, is that so many comics being produced today, there is nothing that exists until the book is printed. The script is all like a Word document. The artists, they'll often draw on a Cintiq, most of them, not all of them. The color is all digital, of course. The text, word balloons are all digital. That's a big time saver. So yeah, with the majority of a lot of comics being produced, there's nothing that exists until the book is printed.
Yeah. If all these tools are doing lettering digitally and all that stuff had existed when I was a kid, man, Lord have mercy. It would have been a whole different world for me.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I'm gonna show real quick. I don't show too much, but just show the contrast of I just make myself bigger just for a hot second of your art styles. You have a painted page of the bear, right? Of the Kodiak bear, Zach Kodiak, and you also have a strip on the left side of the screen here. You know, and the contrast of styles is just so cool, man. I love that. I mean, like the same dude did both of these things, and they're both awesome. You know, so this is I love that that painted style and all that jazz, man.
Anybody who's
cool. Thank you so much, Lorenzo.
I was just
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, anybody who's been around here knows that Lorenzo has a special place in his heart for the writer/artist. You know.
Absolutely, man, because those folks are doing it, man. They're doing everything, man. That's a tough gig. Yeah. So, so Roland.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just say, so Roland. This story begins in L.A. in California, 1999. And it shows 1999 for a specific reason. What was that again?
I did. Yeah, it shows 1999 for a specific reason.
He's like a big fan of Prince, right? That's probably what it is, right? Definitely. That's why my mind went right away. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a special year. I mean, in a lot of ways, right? Turn of the century.
Y2K.
Yeah, Y2K scare.
Yes.
There was the 90s from 1989 to 1999 was just a prolific decade for animation. It was like a second golden age. Those 10 years, you know, the small screen and the big screen, silver screen. So that was one reason. I grew up in the 90s. I was a child of the 90s, so that made the research a lot easier. I had a lot of nostalgia and fondness for things 90s. It was the last decade before mobile technology and cell phones and many households didn't even have a computer in 1999. You know, a lot of families, like in 1999, like if your family had a computer, like that was a big deal still.
Seriously.
Yeah, it was.
Like in the early 2000s, that's when it was like, okay, it became more, it was more commonplace. So I wanted to go back to a time where people had to resort to other ways to absorb media and learn things, you know, newspaper, TV, all these other devices. And there's some environmental themes in the book as well that it touches on a little bit. And I wanted to go back to a time before it was at the forefront of consciousness of what it is today. Like, you know, every day we hear about global warming and greenhouse gases, all these things. But in the 90s, those were not like part of the common lexicon yet, you know.
It was the ozone layer back then.
That's right. Yeah, the hole in the ozone layer. And you're like, okay, everything's fine except there's a hole in the ozone layer. Like,
right.
There's nothing else to worry about.
All your deodorant and your aerosol sprays are causing that hole to get bigger and bigger. You know, going to kill us.
Yeah. So for those reasons, you know, 1999, it's a special year.
Yes, in many ways.
I'd never been to LA before either, so that was kind of tricky. I work with a guy who lived there for 18 years, so I spent a lot of time asking him all these nuanced questions about his experience there. And there's really only one key panel where you see the characters walking around in downtown LA. So I was like, I have to sell this. So I got him to look at it, and he added all kinds of suggestions. He's just like, well, you can put this element in. I remember this. I remember seeing a lot of this growing up. And what served me there is just using Google Street View and kind of vicariously walking through neighborhoods and entire parts of LA. You can get this 3D view of cities, most cities that you've that are too far to visit in person. It's amazing.
Yeah, I find that amazing, don't you? I mean, I sometimes
Google
just use it. Yeah, just go, and just visit literally. It's like you're virtually there, like in a
It's
video
almost
game
like
or
you're
something.
there.
Yeah.
Taj Mahal. Yeah. I check that. Just check random places out in Mongolia. It's really cool.
I never thought of doing Taj Mahal. That'd be that's a good one. Can you do that? Can you get close enough?
You can. Yeah, I think if I recall, you can get to the courtyard. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, there's all. If you use the Google Earth app, though, you can see more. I think, but I love that. Just if you get bored, we used to do that for fun. Just go look at random places.
Would the Pentagon work, or is that too much?
No, so those kinds of places. Those kinds of places get blurred out for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So your average terrorist. Let me see if I can make this easy for myself here. Okay. Pentagon. Funny thing about that Google Earth thing, this last thing about that, I remember at this last job, I worked for someone else. I worked at a UPS store, and we had a guy, one of our coworkers. We take a break in the back, it's like it's in a little strip mall, and I remember I put the Google Earth like a search for our address of the job for some reason and I was searching for the address, and I saw my coworker who's always taking a smoke break on Google Earth, and is that Drew? I zoomed in on him, and he's always taking, like, every 10 minutes he's taking a smoke break. He's literally on Google Earth. So man, you outside so often that the satellite caught you out there, and now you're immortalized forever as part of this address.
It's actually a car that drives by, and they blurred his face out. Is that right? I'm assuming. Yeah, they blur their face out.
Well, I think he was on his phone, so he was facing to the wall or something like that. So, but you could see his face. But I knew it was him. I was like, "That's fucking Drew, man. He's always out there."
Caught red-handed.
I know, right? Eventually, he got fired because of that. But it was just a harbinger of what would happen. But it was a fun thing. Anyway, but back to your book. I'm sorry to digress here. I just go down memory lane sometime with shit like that.
Here, I've got something I can show you guys if you'd like. So
yes, please.
I got a portfolio down here. So I'll show you what a raw page looked like. So this is what a page looked like, which is the final painted art, but without any of the digital elements. So
that's page one.
Yeah, so that's page one. Maybe that's a bad example because there's not as many. Okay, so here's page
blue
2.
Line board. So you paint directly on the blue line board with use acrylic paint or oil do you use on that?
So it's all acrylic. Yeah, I always use acrylic just because it's faster.
Oil
you need. First of all, you want to work somewhere well ventilated. There's a lot
solvents.
There's a lot of solvents, a lot of like noxious fumes with oils.
Screw oil. Yeah,
acrylic not so much. And I love how fast they dry. If you don't like something, you can just paint over it. So what I did was I took a blue line, comic book dummy, and then I scanned it into my computer, and then I took all the line art that I drew, and then brought it into Photoshop, placed everything, and then printed all the line art with the blue line, and then that's what I painted. So I printed it on the watercolor paper, like on a scan of a blue line comic book dummy, and that worked out really well too because. Yeah, if I royally screw up on one of the pages, I just print another page.
Okay, that's awesome. Wow, that's pretty. And what kind of print did you use to make that large of a copy? Like it's in Kinko's kind of a printer, or you have one at home?
No. That's there's a business where I live where they printed it for me. So
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, the original pages, because the comic book pages they're a weird, unnatural size.
They are.
So the size, So the total size was, I think they were 12 by 18, and then I just trimmed it down, like the part that I was actually going to paint on.
K-pop asked, what kind of watercolor paper are you using?
It is. I believe it's like 100 GSM watercolor paper, whatever that means.
Okay. Oh yes, sir. You guys are on the metric system.
I can look it up.
We do 90 pounds and 140 pounds. You know, we're so backwards here in the U.S. You know, we have the poundage.
Yeah, but you can make it heavier. What another tactic that I did, like, took the watercolor paper, I printed it on watercolor paper because it's more durable. It was the heaviest stock where I printed it. It's the heavy stock that they offered.
Really?
But then I also took some clear gesso, and I put a layer of that on top of the paper before I started painting, and then that just it gives the paper more of a tooth, and then it also makes it a little bit thicker, more durable as well. So that's something else you can do.
So you probably start with cold press rather than hot press, or does hot press work better for you? Watercolor, as far as that goes.
I don't really need to stretch the paper.
I mean the surface. The hot press is a more smooth surface, and the cold press is the more toothy of the.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's more of a hot press. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the hot press. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because once you paint it, if you're using something that's like a rougher surface, then it might look great when you paint it, but then when you scan it, you're going to see some holes or some of the white poking through.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay, I never thought of that. Okay, that's why I don't do traditional painting. Okay.
And even when you paint images, there'll be some touch up, of course, digitally as well. Some of the things just scan in too dark, or they're too light, and I want them to be darker. The part where
we have the Art and Times of Jay Ryan here to translate Canadian for us. So we appreciate you.
That's right. Yes, some of us don't speak Canadian. I understand. Yes. But you say some of these. Which of the do you have the pages that you're going to be putting up for auction, or putting up, or how are you going to distribute those? Are you going to be auctioned off, or are they going to be part of the Kickstarter? The pages, the original pages.
So I decided to not make the interior pages part of the Kickstarter yet.
Okay.
I was kind of weighing if I wanted to, but I also wanted people to read the story, and I wasn't sure if people would want pages of the story if they haven't read it yet, and I didn't want to show the pages out of context. Like I didn't want to ruin any of the story moments.
Oh, so just the cover.
But the two of the covers are available. So the spread cover. Okay, well here's the cover E, the holochrome cover.
Wow.
Here's what it looks like, the final painting. So
that's so dope.
The text. So this one's available.
That is cool.
And here's what the spread cover looks like. So this one's larger because it has it's a front and a back.
Oh yeah, that's the double spread. Oh, that is so cool.
That's a great one. Yeah, I love this one.
Oh man,
the sky looks so cool.
Well, they can be had.
That was
folks,
another reason.
The price is right.
It can be had. Nice. I mean, original art.
Yeah.
But that was something that I considered too. Getting back to your question, like what's happening with the interior pages. One of the reasons why I also painted them traditionally rather than digital is that just as another way to help subsidize the project. So if there's a demand for it, if there's an interest in it, I can sell the original pages at a later date and put that towards another project.
Absolutely. Wow. That's one reason I really love working digitally, but the big drawback from that is that like you said, you have no originals to sell now. I mean, not even to do anything. I mean, it's what an MP3 or EMP, MP3, an EMP were to hits, and we would just lose all your artwork. It's just gone. We didn't print it out.
Yeah, save often, folks.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Oh man. This is awesome. So Roland, I mean, are you are really into the environmental aspect of the book as well, or you clearly are, because it's part of the story. But I mean, you personally, are you very much an environmentalist, I should say?
I'm environmentally conscious. I don't claim to be perfect by any means. But yeah, as I learn more and more about it, I'm trying to come up with ways just to, do less environmental damage and, offset things. My mom was very much an environmentalist, so that was carried on over to me. She had a lot of tremendous foresight. Like she was using reusable bags at the grocery store, 20 years before it was considered vogue and before it was everywhere or forced. I think we can all just make simple changes to our daily life, just to be conscious of the effects and what we're contributing to.
Well said. Yeah, I try to do my part.
Yeah. So there is some themes in the book that it touches on, like directly related to the environment, and I just like starting conversations. Maybe someone will read it and that'll lead somewhere and give them something to think about. I think that's terrific. It's great to entertain people, but when you can also give them something to think about, when it can become a learning experience too, but you can do that in an entertaining way. That's the best combination.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, man, good on you. Talk a little about Zach Kodiak. I mean, Roland is the star, but you say you go way back with Zach, right? Zach is some character you created a long time ago. Is that true?
A long time ago, yeah. I was maybe 7 or 8 years old. I don't remember the exact year. And he's gone through a lot of changes over the years. Like the way that I drew him for the book is completely different than the way that I used to draw him. He looks a lot more bear-like, closer to what a Kodiak actually looks like in the book. How I came up with the character, it's so long ago. I don't know why I chose him to be a bear, other than the fact that he just liked bears at the time, as most people do.
Who doesn't like bears? Until you meet one.
Who doesn't like bears? It's interesting too, because there's a line where Roland says, easy for you to say everybody loves bears, right? And bears are one of the most common cartoon characters. There's so many cartoon bears. It was actually a challenge to make Zach look like design, because I had to redesign him, but to not make him look too close to an existing cartoon bear, where he looked like his own individual character. You didn't look at him and mistake him for another character. It's hard. There's so many cartoon bears. It's been done many times.
That's a good point.
But bringing them back in the comic, there's just a way that that came later. It wasn't immediately when I was thinking about the story, but I had this character that I loved, that I created when I was a kid, and be like, oh, it'd be so cool to bring him back, kind of modernize him a bit, and finally introduce him to a mass audience. This character that it's been in my head forever, but almost nobody has ever seen.
Yeah, that's so true. Man, bears get all the love, and roaches no love whatsoever. That's just totally not fair.
No love. Yeah, it was a very common, conscious decision to make him a roach, right? Because it's one of the animals that receives the least amount of love, the least amount of empathy, right?
The Rodney Dangerfield, if you will, of animals. Yes.
There you go.
I don't feel bad about it.
I get no respect.
You don't get no respect at all. Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. It's great that you were able to bring that. I mean, Roland also, but to realize, I know I have some characters I thought of when I was a kid too, and to make them, bring them to the world and share them with the world is a special feeling with that. So I totally feel you on that one.
Later, Kyle.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, man. So this is pretty amazing. Zach Kodiak, Roland T. Roach, starring Roland T. Roach. Excuse me, Roland T. Roach #1. Be sure to check down and below in the link in the chat. I'll be putting it in the post too at the bottom and in the description after the show. Support this man on Kickstarter and get this thing fully funded, and we can, we can look forward to more adventures of Roland T. Roach and his friends. If you have, I'm sure you have more, more adventures planned for them. I'm sure.
I've got a story, a follow-up story, in my head now, and I've wrote down some notes, some script notes. How soon it will happen, I have no idea.
Don't worry about it. We're focusing on this one right now.
A long time to do.
Yes,
yeah,
I'm sure. But you're a painter, so I know that takes a long time to paint that story, man.
It took a long time.
So yes, enjoy the ride right now with this one right here. So get out there and support Jono and his book.
Link is in the chat, guys.
The link is in the chat. Yes. And we wish you all the best, and we appreciate you coming on and telling us about your book, man.
Thank you so much for the invite. Great to hang with you guys.
Oh, glad to do it. Glad to do it. So Roland T. Roach, folks. Roland T. Roach by John. I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your last? I don't want to butcher it, so I'm just saying it's Jono.
Yeah,
I want to say your last name.
It's one of those French last names, so it depends on. We're a bilingual country here in Canada, so if you're French, my last name will be Doiron. And for English, for Anglophones, I say Doiron because it's closer to the way that it's spelled. Doiron. Doiron.
Say the French one more time. It's so cool.
Doiron.
What the hell? Man. What a language, huh? Isn't it a great language?
What a language. It's a fancy, beautiful sounding language.
I know. English is so clunky, man. It's just like clang, clang, clang. But man, that's so awesome. Thanks for coming on, Jono, man. Good luck to you. I appreciate it.
Very cool.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, man. That's awesome. You always end up on the left when you come back. And of course, there she is.
I was so happy. I had one on yesterday, and I was at a store, and they asked me what my shirt was, and I told them it was a comic book, and she was like, she looks bad. And I was like, she is.
I mean that in a good way.
Made my day.
That's right.
Made my day.
Hey, Trev, what's happening, brother? I haven't seen you in a minute. Hey. Hey, good to see you. All right, man, that was awesome. And I love to see people fulfilling their dreams on Kickstarter. That's amazing.
Yeah, if you want to see indie comics, you got to support indie comics. So link is in the chat, guys. Let's get it going.
Link is in the chat. Roland T. Roach, man, oh man. Oh man, painting is. When I did try to paint, I did use acrylic because it's the most forgiving of all mediums. Oil is just messy and nasty and smelly and makes a big mess. And watercolor is unforgiving as hell. You make a mistake with watercolor, that's the painting, baby. That's it. That's what it's going to look like. You can't fix a watercolor. So watercolor is very spontaneous. So that's why I was very anxious to embrace the digital medium once you can just Command Z and get rid of that. Yeah. That's done, baby. That's all over. So I make lots of mistakes. Oh, whoa, watercolor and inks. Oh my God, watercolor and inks. Oh yeah, they look so good though when you do them, and it's so fun to do. But this is not for the faint of heart. So yeah, there is that. All right, what else we got? You got anything for what's good this week, son?
No, I do not. I'm terrible. I'm so distracted.
That's okay. We love you anyway. What do we got? I got some stuff for what's good. Let's commence with the what's good, and if I can get the theme song going here. Great song. Kind of workshopping that whole what's good. gonna get another soundtrack for that, but that's top priority.
Reminds me of, what was that show with Colin with the TV? Oh God, Remote Control. Yeah, wasn't it Remote Control?
Oh, was that MTV or something? What was that?
Yeah, that sound reminds me of that old show, Remote Control. I think that's what it was.
I think so too. I think you're right on that. Yeah, it does kind of remember. Probably what they stole it.
Yeah.
All right, first thing, those bastards. First thing I got is what do I got? I got this thing, which is Patra. I always think of the rapper from the 90s whenever I see the name Patra. A romantic call.
You got one up on me. I don't remember that rapper.
You remember Patra? Oh, she was like this Jamaican chick riding the back of a motorcycle and going on a romantic call. Her name was Patra. That's all I got. One hit wonder, I suppose, but I don't know. Maybe I imagined it all. Maybe it just didn't never happen.
No, it seems to be real. Working man.
Yep, you got it. And this is by James Robinson and art by Scott Collins. And what happens in Patra is that there's this horrible murder. This family is just brutally slaughtered, and the police come in and find them all over the place. And there's one child missing from the family, and this child is named Patra. And she actually is woken up in a field somewhere, ways away from the actual massacre. And whenever she wakes up, she sees this knife and this skull and this mask. I should say it's a mask and a knife that just appear out of nowhere, and then they disappear. They just fade away. But what happened to make that happen? We're not sure what's happening. I'm being very, very, very vague about it. But there's a killer, obviously, that killed her family, and that killer escaped from an asylum. And that doctor is trying to help the police to find out, what happened to their family and where the hell is Patra. But Patra's just going in and out of reality, and she's had an encounter with the killer, who was the guy who was abused by his foster parents, and he ended up killing his foster parents. He burned down the house, and they all died, and except for him, except he was like horribly scarred. So what the natural thing to do is to become a serial killer after that, don't you know? So he became a serial killer, and he started killing these people. And Patra somehow we haven't been made privy to why this is happening to her. So it's kind of like happening on the fly, but it's a lot of action and blood and murder and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's just it's kind of a brutal scene, but I'm willing to give it another issue to see what goes on with it. But it's kind of weird to begin with, but I'm kind of intrigued by it, just by the art, I guess, in general, and the lack of a true story right now. It's still just kind of like getting its feet. But a lot of these books by Dark Horse are actually pretty good. Yeah, everything by Dark Horse is very good. So I'm gonna stick by it and see if it gets better. But it's not bad though. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have it on what's good. It's on what's not bad. Project. It's not bad. So maybe the criteria for what's good is getting a little lax these days, folks. But that's the first thing. The second thing I feel a little bit more strongly about is Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy is one of the books that I'm caught up on. Number 4, I just finished reading not long ago, and this one is a Mad Cave joint, which another company that makes a lot of great books.
We love Man Cave.
We do love us some Mad Cave, and this is written by our guy Michael Moriki, or Michael. How do you pronounce it?
Morrissey.
Morrissey.
Morrissey. I have no idea, though.
I mean, not as fancy sounding as Jono's last name. That's a good sounding last name.
I couldn't even begin either pronunciation. It's not happening.
Oh man, I didn't even fuck around. I just want to hear him say it one more time. Like, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful name, my friend. Michael Moriki and Alex Segura are writing this, and Geraldo Borges is the interior artist. I'm not in love with his interior art, but the story is good enough. You know, I'm very lenient with art. You know, you can, you know, a good story can carry the art. And this is definitely in the spirit of the old Dick Tracy comic strip, and it's made it a lot more gritty, I think. So it was still kept the comic book kind of cheesiness of it. You know, there's a lot of references to Tracy's yellow hat and yellow raincoat. So it is not pretending that this is a guy wearing a yellow coat and nobody's going to notice it. It's like, what's up with the yellow coat, dude? You know, but he's just like a quirky dude, you know. And so he kind of played that into the story. And it's a lot of good action. He saves this explosion from going off and everything. This is there have been other Dick Tracy comics before. In fact, maybe 2 volumes, at least I can think of, in the last 10 years or so. But this one is very good. So I'm glad I'm stuck to this, and I'm not regretting it at all. So we will see what happens with it. If it stays, they've already killed off one of the main characters in the Dick Tracy lore. We'll see if Prune Face and Flat Top get the same treatment. Don't you love those names? Prune Face and Flat Top, and those old gangster names, man. You know, what's not to love about them?
K-Pop's excited for the Flash Gordon Quarterly coming from Mad Cave. The homie Lewis is writing. Very cool.
Oh, that's an entirely different book from the ongoing Flash Gordon series, which, by the way, has a very good artist on it. That ongoing Flash Gordon series has a very good, whose name escapes me right now, but it was very good interior work on that first issue. And so I did not pre-order that. Maybe I should have. I'll pick a copy up.
The homie Daddy Boom Daddy is here. Hey. What up, John?
Where's John? I don't see him. Did you sneak in?
Yeah, he's here.
Maybe he's way back there. Hey, John Stott. Hey. You seeing you in a few days, buddy? Be looking for you.
We got a Willie Survive sighting as well.
Hey! Oh, so glad to see you, my friend. Willie Survive. Oh my God.
Willie, don't do it, man. Not with that money.
My brother from another mother. Good to see you, sir. How are you? Oh man, so Dick Tracy. Willie might be reading him some Dick Tracy. I mean, Mad Cave's got a lot going on right now, man. Flash Gordon, Dick Tracy. I want to talk about the Guardians of the Earth, or the Protectors of the Earth. I read that one. I didn't think it was that super great, but I'm willing to give it a little bit more work because I like Dan DiDio. I hope it gets better. But it wasn't a great first issue for me, but definitely Flash Gordon, Dick Tracy, killing it. So those are definitely in the is good pile. Last one is one that I know you were kind of like not so fond of, but oh man, you're always at home, my brother. This is a home. As long as this place exists, you will have a home. Damian Connolly's Damaged People. Damaged People may be the best thing I've liked by him, probably since You Promised Me Darkness. This
Really?
This is a one shot. I love one shots because there's no continuation, there's no obligation to get another book. That was a good comic book, and I'm done with it. You know, like this next. What's the next comic book? This one concerns this young girl who's it's not a damaged people. That's clearly what the name of the book is. It's about damaged people, and she's got issues. She got stuff going on with her family, and she discovers this like abandoned house, and she starts hanging around this abandoned house because why not? And it's haunted. And there's this girl, there's a ghost in there named Mary, and her and Mary become very close, and they're just like almost like, you know, inseparable. And she does this thing for Mary where Mary wants her to find her mother and let her mother know something. I don't want to give too much about the story, but and through her doing that, she ends up finding companionship with an actual real person. So I thought that was a really cool twist on this story, because a lot of his work is, I mean, you write what you know. I mean, maybe he knows a lot about depression and damaged people and spooky things, and he is very damn good at it. And his art is just amazing. Like this, I don't know what his process is or what he's using and what mediums he uses. But man, his art always has me coming back, and I've seen a lot of stuff by him that I love just for the art alone. And this one's almost like a little tearjerker at the end. So this is, if you can find this, I mean, my shop only had one copy, so I got that one. But you can find Damaged People by Damian Connolly from Alien Books. I think it's the same. Is that the same company that made what is it? The Sickness? Maybe I'm wrong about that. It could be. But anyway, it's a very, very good series, very good book, very good one shot by Damian Connolly. And that's all I got.
Damian Connolly getting more love over here. He's indie comics as you could possibly get. So that's what's up.
Yes, that is what's up, man. Yeah, Dick Tracy and Johnny. I gotta read. I haven't read my Johnny Quest. I just got it like last week. And Space Ghost. I forgot about Space Ghost. That's right. Space Ghost is dynamite, though. That's probably the best thing Dynamite's got going right now. Space Ghost, man. That's
Space Ghost.
You got it. There's a whole generation only knows that Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
That's all they know. That's all they know is Space Ghost Coast to Coast, which is fine, But see, I'm gonna share the screen.
Brackets
comics next week. Oh God, he is the best. I mean, talk about an unlikely hero.
Need more Brack.
Need more Brack. Need more Brack. And that's for S and G's. I think we're gonna. Can I change the? Let me see here.
You got them big, don't you?
Let's change it. Mm-hmm.
It looks bigger than normal.
Are we big? Bigger. Are we bigger than normal? I don't think we are. Let's change it to the old look, the old Ecamm look, just for old time's sake.
Oh,
right
look
on,
at that.
Right on, StreamYard. The Ecamm look with the stability of StreamYard. You can't beat that. You can't beat that.
It's here.
It's here. Oh, first of all, Amazing Spider-Man. Let's talk about that cover. But you would not like to talk about that cover. Maybe that's what you would like. I know JR Jr. has caught grief for not being a great cover artist.
Oops.
But this cover is, I guess, artistically sound, but just not very exciting. Okay, Tombstone is in jail. Spidey is on the phone talking to him. There must have been a better way to illustrate that. Am I
doesn't look like Tombstone. Am I tripping? Does that look like Tombstone to you?
It looked like he's watching a Tombstone movie. And Tombstone was big. I know Tombstone was a big dude.
Was some actor playing Tombstone? Yeah, because that's not what he looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I hate it. I'm just gonna say it.
Hated it.
I hate it.
Oh God.
Not on this book though. So I dropped this book at number 6 a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, I just like, I've been buying it for the covers. That's why I was so stunned at this A cover being so bad. I mean, wait a minute. Because you look down here, I'm looking down below here. There are many other covers that are 10 times better. Just off the top of my head, this one. Just this one. Like, okay, this typical thing. Okay, Spidey swinging through the city, but it just looks more engaging than with him, crouched, looking at some dude in prison. Let's not even talk about the incentives and all the other stuff they could have had.
Yeah, I really hate it. I really hate it.
I know. I mean, it's hard to turn away from. It's like, it's so bad.
Yeah, the more I look at it, the more it's starting to piss me off. It's like, all right, I'm starting to get angry about this.
JR Jr., I love you, man. Your father was a legend. You are a damn good illustrator, but that cover, I don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it one bit. All right. That's all I have to say about that. What else we got going on? Transformers number 12, a big issue coming up. Number 12. We'll see if my guy continues on this series as the writer. I think he will. I think that's pretty much his book. He's probably going to be Daniel Warren Johnson is going to be writing this book going forward, but there are going to be other artists, and we'll see if I'm continuing to pull it or not. But I don't know. We'll see. Spartish. Oh, is that Larry said you finally read Kingdom Come? Wow, good for you, man. That's been out for a while too, man. I forgot how old that is. Yeah, a lot of people probably have missed that. We weren't around when that came out. I mean, I gave the copy of the trade for that to someone who didn't read comics as something to like, oh, okay, well, how about this? I gave them a copy of that and of the first volume of Preacher. So it's like very much of a contrast of something for like a newbie. This is absolutely true. Absolutely true. What do they say about that, James? Wait, Marcus, are you frozen or am I frozen?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. If I don't hear you, I'm like, oh, what's happening? Am I having a stroke? What's happening here? Is everything okay? All right. Moving on down the list. Ultimate Black Panther. That's another one I got to make a decision on going forward. I gotta tell y'all, this is a week where there's a very good chance that we'll hear from our good friend. In fact, he's warming up. He's warming up right now in the bullpen. You know who I'm talking about.
Here we go.
Here we go, man. Here we go. All right. So what else we got here? Moving on down. Wolverine number 1. Wolverine is being rebooted again. How far did he get last? He got to like number 50, 51, maybe. I don't remember. It's pretty good for Marvel, though. I mean, for waiting that long before rebooting one of their main characters' books. The legend begins anew. Oh, again for volume 10. It's 40 pages. Pretty decent A cover. We got Saladin Solid. Take 3. Saladin Ahmed, exactly. And Martin Coccolo is the artist. Okay. All right, and a ton. Oh, this is such BS right here. I think Bronze Age Nerd did a whole probably segment on this on his show and talked about it on Instagram. This is what they showed us in the catalog, right? Oh shit, we're gonna get this, this John Tyler Christopher cover. I'm gonna order 2 copies. I probably ordered 3 copies. Damn, I ordered 3 copies. And you get it. It's got a full trade dress and logo on the front. And I blame some suit at Marvel for ruining that. There's no reasons for doing that. They could just put the damn Marvel logo in the corner, the little red Marvel logo in the corner down there, and let it go. But they couldn't do it.
Why, Marvel?
Why? Because the people who are in charge are not artistic. They're salesmen. Salesman, as Rush would say. The sound of salesman. That's all we got, and that's who writes the tune that we all dance to. So there is that. James, see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for hanging out, homie.
Yep. So that's my big belly aching concern for this one right here. I mean, I'm not buying another one. Oh, it pissed me off so much. It makes me not want to pre-order. It's just what's the point? You tell me one thing and then you show up. But I get it. I get it. Trade dress is necessary for most of the books. But if you're making it a virgin, make it a virgin. They literally call it a negative space virgin in the description. Am I going on a little bit too long about that? I'm pissed off about that. Hey. Oh, Patrick Gleason. And another thing. Oh, look at this. Oh my God.
I am having flashbacks.
What are you seeing now?
With the circle, with us in the circles, I am having flashbacks to the eCam days right now.
Oh yeah. If we crash all of a sudden out of the blue, it's like, the gremlins coming back to, hey, we followed you over here. We followed you over the StreamYard. We're going to crash you. But at least you'll still be here probably. So that's a good thing about it. But the eCam, everybody crashed. It was like, I don't think they are, Katie. I think, yes. Because I've already bought 3 copies of this one with the damn trade dress on it, man. It pisses me off. But this one is, yeah.
Is that the
Gleason's a great artist too. I mean, he's done so many really great covers. That's Gleason, yeah. He's always kind of innovative too with different styles. He gave us not just the what they call the Charlotte's Web one or whatever, the little webby one, the black one that was so big for a while that they did like 3 versions of it. I have all 3 of them.
Variant.
Yeah, the webhead. Yes, I love that one still. I have all 3 versions of that, man. I think that's just awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I love his daring attempts at doing things that you don't normally do in comic book covers. So yeah, if I hadn't bought 3 copies of the other one, I probably would get that one too. But I'm straight on Wolverine #1 covers, don't you know? I don't need to get any more.
Don't you know?
And there's a ton more. Oh, Zhang Zhang. This guy, negative bleed. Yes, that's nice. So yes. So Wolverine is always going to be a mainstay of Marvel, and they're always going to reboot him every few issues because why not? But he's immortal. He's going to be around forever. He's literally immortal.
That's probably a big time collectibles. That's probably big time collectibles variant, and I kind of love this one, man. I kind of want it.
I know, right? Does it say it? It just says retailer. Yeah, for big time, probably. Yeah, you're probably right. Doesn't say who, but Art Germ.
I'm not gonna get it, but I do kind of want it though. It's tingling.
I know. If you see it in the wild somewhere, maybe you can pick it up for a deal. Yeah. So there you go. And this is the Art Germ. This is kind of nice. It's a little different. The Art Germ. He does the ladies a lot. He does men occasionally too. He actually did the Wakanda thing back there that I'm on my box. So he does guys on occasion. So he's not just for the ladies. We like him too. All right. There you go. Have a slow week, so we're talking about Wolverine a lot, but what are you going to do? All right. Moving on down. Star Wars 50, Department of Truth. I might get back on that. I kind of miss it.
I've never got off of it, but man, I have not been reading it. So.
Yeah, I've not been reading it. That's why I had to drop it because I stopped reading it. You're like, okay, I guess too many books I'm not reading. But it is, another James T. book and another great series that's gonna be a video project at some point. It's going to be. You just know it's going to be. So, but regardless, you still. I love the rebooting. Loathe it because it's for no good reason. It's just for money, which is the only reason that these people exist. An old Marvel card. I think it might be actually. Yeah. Is that right? Is that right, John? Oh, Bird City Comics use a code Bueller to save 19%. Right on, man. I appreciate you. Okay. All right. What else we got? Geiger. Oh God, looks like Barney's gonna be okay. Thank God. Thank God Barney's gonna be okay. We love Barney. We used to have a dog named Barney, actually. That's pretty cool. Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider. I've not read the first issue of that I picked up, so I probably won't pick that one up. The Scorch is already hit number 33. That is cool. That's good. I'm glad to see that they're chugging along at $2.99. God bless the Spawn verse.
Yeah, I'm on those just because they're so cheap. I want to support cheap, cheap quality comics.
I know. I did the same with Sam and Twitch for a while, but I fell off of it. I got to get back into that.
What up, Callie? We got John in the house. What up to the homie?
What's up, Callie? Just talking about Callie. Not you, but the state itself. This is a dope ass. This is Art Germ cover here. No, this is Funky Cole Matina. Speaking of Bueller, it's a Matina cover.
I thought he was canceled. Apparently, Dynamite's still rocking with him, huh?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, God bless Barney. We love him. I wish that would have been cool. Let's see. We're Space Ghost, Funky Cole Matina. I love that Bueller said he told him, he said that to him when he met him, and he just totally didn't get the joke. It's like, my comedy is wasted. All right, another Jay Lee, letter B cover with Drax on the cover, right? Oh, that's awesome. This is very close to the original style, but still has Jay Lee's style. This is what I like. This is what the Johnny Quest cover. That's why I bought his Johnny Quest cover, because he did the best Johnny Quest cover of all of them. Jay Lee. That's a nice one. Bjorn Burns. That's nice.
Bjorn.
And of course, my favorite. Love some Michael Cho, because he just like, he does that 4-color art style so nice. That's very cool. Plus the movie posters. Lots of things I'm suckers for, and that's one of them. You know, it's movie posters in the form of a comic book cover. You got me. I don't care if your book is trash. I'm still gonna buy it. All day sucker. That's me. All right. Now, Batman 89. This is a new costume. What's up with that? So they're just totally like going with the new universe here with this Batman 89. We're building on the Michael Keaton Batman so much that we're making new costumes and adding Harley Quinn and more characters and stuff. Okay, why not? I mean, I wish I had jumped in early now. I mean, I'm missing out. FOMO is setting in. Can't have that. All right. Coming on down the list here. Venom. Yeah, this is really kind of a slim week next week, folks. I mean, I was really, really surprised at how few options there were. Like last week, there were a lot of new indies coming out. So Avengers Assemble, number 1. This, I'm a little torn on this. I don't know. The creative team is Steve Orlando and Corey Smith. A lot of folks are hating on Steve Orlando's writing based on his track record, quote unquote, you know. I don't know. I just don't know if I need another Avengers book. I mean, I don't mind him taking a shot at this, but I just don't know if I need another Avengers book. And coming out of, so giving all these new Avengers books, all these new X books, I'm trying to cut down on books, y'all. Not trying to get more books. How about, here's an idea. Why don't you get some good writers for the ones you got for your mainstream books, for your mainstays, and we'll buy those. We'll buy the hell out of those every month. How about that? Rather than just, making another title, because, that would be another $5 you can charge for something every month. But am I just being grumpy?
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
looking at
even.
it. Looks like they got Hawkeye on the team, and they
They
got
do.
Wonder Man too. So there's
Wonder
a
Man.
West Coast Avengers feel to it, but not
There
enough.
is not enough, huh? How about the Betsy Cola thick She-Hulk cover here for the 1 in 25? Is that enough to get you excited? No? What?
She can have it if she wants it.
What about that, huh? Oh, okay, all right. Well, even the She-Hulk can't get you excited. I don't know. It must really not be up your alley, sir.
Yeah, this cover is not hitting. I mean, actually, I do. I take it back. It's a nice cover.
Yeah. Don't you blaspheme Betsy Cola.
I take it back.
I love her work. All right. Yeah, so boys and girls, this was one of those weeks. I mean, if you know us, and I think you do by now, sometimes we get a visit every week, not every week, but once a month, let's say at least, from our this old not cartoon, but this old character actor, God rest his soul, but he's still kicking it. And here he is this week, folks. Say hello to Slim Pickens. Yep, never gets old. God bless Slim Pickens. He will live forever as long as there's a light selection of indie comic books in the selection. And this week, folks, that selection was very light. So it's time for the penultimate book already. So let's get on with that. That's right. And now, after our cameo appearance by Slim Pickens from Dr. Strangelove, it is time for the penultimate book. And this week, that penultimate book is, because it stepped forward when everyone else stepped backwards, it's Time Waits. And this is by Chip Zdarsky. This is like a very good book, but man, I couldn't find any real artwork on it. I couldn't find a trailer for it. I couldn't find a trailer for anybody else's book. And I had to make my own trailer, so I was a little salty about that, but that's a different story. So let's see what I could gather about Time Waits, folks. And here it is.
Join Chip Zdarsky, David Brothers, and Marcus Tove for a sci-fi adventure that defies expectations and time itself. Meet Blue, a man trapped in the past, which is our present. Sent back in time for a mission he could not bring himself to complete, the former soldier Blue builds a life with Grace, the sheriff of a small rural town. The pair build a foundation of happiness on a history of bloodshed, as far away from the trigger-happy corporate overlords that use Blue as a human gun. After 10 years together, Blue and Grace are on the cusp of taking the next step in their relationship, adoption. Before Grace can fully convince Blue to expand their family, the future comes calling. The overlords want their first deserter, and to complete the mission Blue could not, they have one simple rule: kill anyone who stands in their way.
Kill or be killed. One simple rule. That's all we ask. All right. So yeah, this is looks like a pretty decent book, and by far the best thing I think. Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, the best thing I could find that fit my criteria. And Chip talked about it in his little thing that he puts out, the the Chip Z little magazine, little 2-page pamphlet. He talks about time weights, and it goes into a little bit of a background on the characters and everything. But I just read right there, so it looks like it might be a decent read. It's one of those distillery books, so that means it's going to be a little bit expensive, but it's worth it. 48 pages for $9, perfect bound, and it comes with a couple of different covers, but not a whole lot of them. So there you go.
Yeah, I think I'm in on this one. I like Chip. So
me too, absolutely. Yeah, this is, and it's probably such as indie Chip. I mean, Batman Chip is one thing, but indie Chip, it's just kind of like let the reins off, baby. I'm not playing with legacy characters. I can do whatever I want with these folks. I can kill them off and do anything. So I bet Chip does a great job with this, and I don't know if I pre-ordered this, but I'll probably look for it because it looks awesome. And that, boys and girls, moms and dads, is your penultimate book.
Interesting. They have the blank. I haven't seen Distillery do a blank cover yet, but that one had a blank.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, because it's like, $9 book, and it's I guess that shouldn't make a difference with how much it costs, but they have those covers that are just like so shiny, and you touch at all, it's like a fingerprint kit. Yeah. So I guess it's I guess sketch cover blank. Yeah, sketch cover blank makes sense because it's just made out of just like drawing paper. You don't have to worry about getting that dirty. I saw this guy on YouTube that was totally into grading all of his distillery books. He had like a whole slew of CBCS graded distillery books. I mean, he had like 10s and 9.9s in that bunch, along with
you got to get their magazine, right? So
yeah. So CBCS has a beautiful magazine. Some people I think Comic Tom uses CBCS for certain books. They have a certain their encapsulation is very nice. But I thought that's something it's so hard to get. You have to order those from somewhere they're going to be perfect, because you get them from the store. They've been handled by everybody, and with that the easy to soil covers. How do you get 9, 8s, and 10s with that, man? That's just that's a lot of money spent right there. But anyhoozle, I digress. All right, down to the next week. The Domain number 3. This is a second printing, though, right? I think that's the second. Maybe it's this. No, it's this low ordered. Wow, I guess so.
Another Chip Zdarsky book.
Yeah, he's drawing and writing that one, y'all. See the Unbeing. I only like the first one of that one. I haven't read any one since then. Cruella de Vil, you say? More Johnny Quest. Godzilla. Profane. I'm caught up. I don't know what to make of Profane. I want to love it. This character in a book has become sentient, and you realize that he's a character in a book. There's a lot that can be done with that, but can also go either way. So I'm kind of pot obligated now to just keep buying it. So hopefully it will be better. Peter Milligan is a good writer, so I don't hate it, but I'm not in love with it yet. Maybe I will be. Witcher. That's my last book here. Red Before Black. Did a review of that. Number 2 of that is coming out. Like, these girls are at each other's throats. This is a good. This is a Stephanie Phillips joint. Y'all should check that out. Dead Eyes, The Empty Frame. I guess there's a second series of Dead Eyes. It's who's the writer on here again? Dugan. Is it Jerry Dugan? I think I want to say. Yeah, Jerry Dugan. So that's something that might if you read that first series, which I did not. And what's up with this legacy or archive edition of SIKTC? You know anything about that?
No, I'm not quite sure what that is about. If it's like they have the image firsts. Is it that kind of a thing? I don't know.
Good question. I don't know. I mean, because I clicked on it, I looked at it's just like, the solicitation for the original book from 3 years ago or whatever, when the original book came out. So Maybe it's just another. They're calling it. Maybe it's just like the 10th printing.
It is the 10th. Yeah.
Yeah, that must be just what it is. Why don't you just call it that? Oh, it's the archive edition. It's the fucking 10th printing.
Like the 7th. The 7th print is called the local comic book shop.
Yep. I got that one too. Yeah. Yep. So I guess it's just another printing that you're repackaging as a different thing. Torpedo number 6. I was kind of torn about that too. I was reading that. I was loving the covers on that one, but there was no character in there that I really liked. Everyone in there was just like totally unlikable. Maybe that was the point of the whole thing. And Dark Horse Shadows of Summer was so close to being the penultimate book, man. I couldn't find a damn panel of artwork on that shit. I mean, this is who is this? This is I can't remember. I don't know the creative team, but it looked very interesting about this this gay love affair on in this summer, and it was like a horror comic. And like, give me something, folks. Give me something to go on, But maybe I'll pick it up, maybe. But I'm still salty because I had to make that damn trailer. Damn it. And the Pedestrian. The Pedestrian. I haven't got my copy of Pedestrian number 1 yet. That was a penultimate book a few weeks ago. T-Fall has just shipped my my copy of penultimate number 1, the Pedestrian number 1, but not the A cover. So they shipped only like one of my covers that I ordered, and now I got to call them back, and I'm at the mercy of their customer service. So pray for me.
They probably didn't. I never understood how it works sometimes, actually.
I know, because other sites have it. My comic shop has. I thought, well, maybe they got shorted. Maybe they did get shorted, but I didn't get any kind of a email saying that I got shorted. So it's like, hey, figure it out. Figure it out. Not a problem. All right. So Hell's Half Acre and Sydney Hammer look interesting. Couldn't find anything on Hell's Half Acre, and Sydney Hammer is a Scout book. God help the poor Scout artists who are trying to get their shit published through Scout. Void Rivals number 1, number 10 printing. They called it the 10th printing because that's what it is. And I already ordered that one because it's also Daniel Warren Johnson virgin cover, not with trade dress on it, marble. All right, so the last thing coming on down the list here, if I can find it. Power Fantasy. I just saw it a minute ago. Oh, it's a cover. It's a book of covers. It's not Black Cotton. Did I go past it? I think I went past it. Pretend it never happened, folks. We're going back. Rewind. What was that book? It was a book of Somna. The Somna cover gallery. I looked right at it. One of your favorites. Naked ladies.
I liked Somna, yeah.
Yes. And this is so many dope covers in here. So they, being smart people over at Distillery, they said, you know what? We should do a $10 64-page book of all the covers for Somna. And that's what they did. And that's what you're going to be getting next week, folks. With only one cover, because that's all you need, with our girl Jenny Frisson doing the main cover here. So that's it. That's it. Thank you.
Long live Jenny.
Long live Jenny. Thank you, and good night. We're coming through portholes in the ship here today, folks. So there you go. So that's all we got. That's all we have. Thanks to everyone for stopping by. Thanks to those who watched on the replay. Thanks for sticking around to the end for those who did. And thank you for those who stopped in and had to leave. We appreciate you every week. I'll be, what will you be doing this in the meantime, in between time, next week's show, son?
Just every Tuesday night, FOC and chill. Never know what it's going to be about. Never know who's going to jump on, but I'm always excited to find out. So look for that. And, of course, follow me on Instagram if you're trying to stay up on the drama or whatever dumb thing I think is funny at that moment. Definitely plug in for that. And, of course, cbcawards.org one more time. Get over there. Get your votes in. The big show is in November. Can't wait.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was lurking on your FOC and chill last night, man. It was getting a little spicy in there for a minute. I love to lurk, man. Just like, oh man, look at these kids, man. They're having a good time.
Good times.
Good times as always. Hey, Sign Nation, good to see you. You just missed the penultimate book. No big deal though. Slim Pickens again. You know, you missed him. That been the best part. But yeah, it was a good chip book. So yeah, catch the replay. All right, so thanks to everyone, and I'll be at the Motor City. Well, I'm flashback to the past. I'll be at not Emerald City, Rose City, one of those cities. I'll be at Rose City in Portland this weekend. So if you see me out there, holler at a brother. It'd be good to see you, and I'll be just probably looking for like rare indie books because it's easy to find those mainstream books at the other cons, but I feel like Portland's going to have some indie books that I haven't seen in a while, and it's going to be awesome. So I'll be looking forward to that. Yes, sir, John Stout. So thank you all for stopping by, and take care of each other. Be good to each other, and peace and love. Peace and love. See y'all next week. And in the meantime, be good.
Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver!
Was the fire really necessary?